Ready, and action! Bum 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 ba bum bum ba bum 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 ba. Oh, hello there. Welcome to another fine day here at Sisseton, Wahpeton College. Pop Quiz B is coming this week, actually. So keep your eyeballs peeled for it. By the way, in Pop Quiz A, when I go onto eLearning and I'm looking at Pop Quiz A, let's go back to this, and it's going to buffer and be really irritating. I'm going to go all the way down to Pop Quiz A really quickly. And I got to put this microphone right up to my mouth because you probably can't hear me. Pop Quiz. Oh, there it is right there. I went too fast. There it is right there. I believe only 4 people turned in a Pop Quiz A. And how many people were in this class? Like 12 or 13? So you know who you are if you have not submitted it. Time for me to fuss a little bit more about Pop Quiz A. There is a question where I asked about the real people, and nobody yet has referred to the story about why we natives call ourselves the real people. Some of you referred to the textbook, which is cool, but that's only half of it. The other half is the story that I keep telling you guys. Pay attention to those stories. All right, Pop Quiz B is coming. Why do I have it twice? I don't know. Do not trust the grades on e-learning. I told you about that before. Oh, student forum, the forums up here that I've posted in e-learning. There are only 3 people who replied to the creation of Mount Shasta. I think I went too far. Where's Mount Shasta? Oh, I think I made it smaller, so you're not going to be able to see it unless you click on it by title. How Mount Shasta was created. I believe only 3 people posted because it says please reply. That means it's an assignment. Anything in all caps that says please reply, you got to do them. If it says extra credit, that's optional. So we got 3 people who did that. Scroll down, there's 2 of them where nobody has done a dang thing. This one, Diffusion or Independent Invention. This is where Singingeagle's always harping on how come there are things that show up in both Asia and in Native Americas, North, Central, and South America, such as the rabbit in the moon, jade carvings, giant stone heads, stories of water dragons, lots of stories and artistic motifs that show up in the Americas and in ancient Asia. There are 2 theories. One theory says, well, the peoples of ancient times used to circulate and travel a lot more than we think they did. And they spread their stories and art. They traded with each other. The other theory, excuse me, says, nope, all these different cultures who have all these same stories invented them completely independent of each other. That's for you to decide. So click on this and click the add new discussion topic and give me your opinion. Watch the video and you'll see what I'm talking about. Then there's another discussion topic, not a dang person. Here it is. Please reply. More Indian than thou. The More Indian Than Thou poem, which I read to you before. By the way, I read the poem, or I typed it in and gave it to, I think that is Google Gemini's AI program. I said, hey, check it out. Here's a cool poem. What do you guys think of this? Or what do you, AI, think about this? And AI said, oh, cool, I love it. And we had just been talking about Way of the Sword by Don Dumont. And so AI said, let me illustrate this for you. Okay, cool. So this is what AI came up with. By the way, the author, again, Madsen Rollis from the Spookani tribe. Anyway, nobody has responded to that, which has me worried. All right, let's go back to this. Other stuff. Right, 310 days till Christmas, blah, 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 blah. This stuff about the devils. I'm going to make another video about this, but I do need to explain something. Warning. Symptoms of settler alienation syndrome include excessive devil naming and chronic fear of rocks. What's that all about? Well, I clicked on this. Leave me alone. It says here are some places in just the US alone, not even Canada or Mexico, because there's a whole bunch of them down there and up there, both places, named after the devil. And if you zoom in on this, which I can't do right now and don't have enough time anyway, all those itty bitty teensy weensy red dots are sacred places, sacred to us, natives. And then newcomers came along, the Chmokmanuk or Washichu, whatever you want to call them, and they said, "Ooh, the devil did it." So yeah, every single one of those little itty bitty dots named after the devil. What the heck is up with that? So I'm going to stop it right there because I always talk too much. And I'm going to make a separate video, which I'm going to call Timeless. And I will get into it. Thank you so much for your kind attention. You guys have an awesome day. Talk to you later.